The detention cell hummed with the low frequency that all Krathian warships produced, a sound designed to induce despair in prisoners. Hayal sat against the far wall, her wrists bound in energy shackles that pulsed with each heartbeat. Blood trickled from a gash above her eyebrow, but her eyes remained sharp, calculating. Across the galaxy, humanity had earned its reputation the hard way. Not through superior technology or ancient wisdom, but through sheer stubborn refusal to break. The door hissed open. Commander Vrextal entered, his forearms folded in what passed for satisfaction among his species. Behind him, a human male was shoved roughly into the cell. He stumbled but caught himself, his military uniform torn and scorched from battle. Kivan. Hayal's breath caught. They'd captured him too. How touching, Vrextal clicked, his translator rendering the words in cold, mechanical tones. Two humans, the intelligence officer and her protector. His eyes, all 6 of them, gleamed with cruel amusement. We've been interrogating your kind for 3 cycles now. We've learned much about human physiology, about your pain thresholds, your breaking points. Kivan said nothing, his jaw set, but his eyes found Hayal's across the cell. 1,000 conversations passed in that single glance. The human female has been uncooperative, Vrextal continued, circling Kivan like a predator. She knows the location of your fleet's staging ground. She will tell us or she will watch you die, slowly. The Krathians had conquered 47 species. They understood fear. They understood survival instinct. They understood that every species, when pushed far enough, would sacrifice others to save themselves. They didn't understand humans. Give him the choice, Vrextal ordered his guards. One of them activated a holographic display showing various torture implements, some technological, some disturbingly primitive. You select how she dies, human, quick, Merslow. Cooperate, and we make her end merciful. Kivan's hands clenched into fists. The shackles around his wrists drew blood as he strained against them. For a long moment he stared at the implements, his face a mask of anguish. Then Hayal spoke, her voice hoarse but steady. Please. Just make it quick, Kivan froze. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. Hayal met his gaze, and in her eyes he saw not fear but trust. Absolute unwavering trust. She was giving him permission. Asking him in her final moments for one last kindness. Vrextal leaned forward, anticipating the human's collapse. This was where they all broke. When forced to choose between their own survival and someone they loved, even the strongest warriors crumbled. But Kivan didn't crumble. He did the unthinkable. He laughed. It started as a low chuckle, then built into genuine laughter that echoed off the cell walls. Vrextal's translator struggled to process the sound, confused by the incongruence between the emotion and the situation. You think, Kivan said, his voice gaining strength with each word, that you can break us by making us choose? You think we're like you? He turned to face Vrextal fully, and something in his eyes made the commander take an involuntary step backward. We're human, Kivan continued. We don't choose who lives and who dies. We choose to fight together, always together. Impossible, Vrextal hissed. Your survival instinct is to protect each other. Hayal finished, struggling to her feet. You'll never understand that, will you? Your species conquered 47 others because you were strong. You think strength is about power. But humans? Kivan smiled, and it was the smile of someone who knew a secret the universe had yet to learn. We became strong because we were weak. Alone we're fragile. Together we're unstoppable. Vrextal's mandibles clicked in agitation. Torture her, he commanded. Go ahead, Hayal said softly. You'll get nothing but screams. And when you're done with me, he'll still be standing. And when you're done with him, the next human will still fight. And the next? And the next? We're not a species that breaks, Kivan added. We're a species that bends, adapts, and comes back stronger. You want to know where our fleet is? He leaned forward as far as his shackles allowed. They're coming, and they won't stop until every single one of us is accounted for. Vrextal stared at them both, his certainty wavering for the first time. In 47 conquests, he had never encountered a species that refused to prioritize individual survival. It went against every natural law he understood. You're bluffing, he said, but his voice carried doubt. Only one way to find out, Hayal replied. The commander turned sharply and exited the cell, his guards following. Through the closing door, they could hear him barking orders to increase security, to move the ship, to prepare for potential attack. Alone again, Kevin slumped against the wall beside Hayal. Their shoulders touched, the only comfort they could offer each other in chains. "Think they bought it?" Hayal whispered. "The part about us never breaking?" "Yeah," Kevin smiled grimly. "The part about the fleet coming? Let's hope they get here before Vrextal tests our theory." "We'll hold," Hayal said with certainty. "Yeah?" Kevin agreed, his voice soft but filled with iron conviction. "We will, because that's what humans did. They held the line. They protected each other, and when given the choice between breaking or bending, they chose to become unbreakable." Outside the cell, alarms began to wail. In the distance, the first explosions bloomed against the hull. The fleet had arrived. Kevin and Hayal exchanged one more glance, and this time they both smiled. "Humanity, fuck yeah," Hayal whispered. "Indeed.